Hello, Mojave County. This is Ed Mack here. This is not a campaign video. I just want to throw some things that have been on top of my mind lately today. I've been having a lot of people, text me, actually instant message me and email me in regards to, they call it cruelty, and I would have to agree. The high fines that are in this county, it's just, there's a lot of things going on that I'm going to give you my opinion. And, like police, everyone gets upset with police and deputies and any law enforcement, and it's, let me tell you something right here. Being married to a deputy sheriff, she was I think it was almost 10 years she was a deputy, 8 or 9, 10 years. They see the bad in people. They really don't see the good. So, when over time, it hardens them a little bit, and they no longer look at people as good. It's just like ATF agents. They've told me that all gun dealers are criminals. That's just because they're basically the cleanup crew. So, police, they see it all the time. I mean, it hardens your heart over time. So please take that in mind, people. When you get angry towards police officers and any law enforcement agents or anything like that, they see the worst in people. So please take that in mind. Also, the court system. Those judges, they see every walk of life through there. So, same thing. Their hearts get hardened over time. This is the truth. I mean, it's just they see the bad in humanity. And humans are bad. It's in our nature. We were born that way. It's either we have a choice to either do what is right or what is wrong. And there's a saying: wide is the path to hell, and many go thereafter. But narrow is the path to life, and only few will find it. It's the truth. So anyways, let me get back to what I wanted to say. A lot of people are afraid to speak out, and I can see why. The way the system is, everyone's in debt, okay? It's hard to speak out when you don't have much money, because you can't afford an attorney. Basically, it's all it takes is if you go up and rise up against the establishment and tell them that this ain't right, or this isn't going the way it should be, they can stomp on you if they like to. Okay, they can't stomp on you when you have money. I tell you what, money is power. I'm starting to realize that money is definitely power. And the way the system's set up in this country, they got both couples, husband and wife working, and the children are being raised by the television and by their peers. This is not good. And that's why we're having these school shootings. Mom and dad's no longer at the dinner table. They're not discussing family values. They're not discussing anything. No one's talking about anything anymore. It's a fast-paced society. These stupid cell phones right here, we're all looking into them all the time. Our whole world has changed, you guys. So people come to me and they say, if you plan on running for sheriff, what can you do? You can't change the courts. You can't change the legislation. And I said, well, yes and no. The sheriff has the power to protect his people and uphold the Constitution. If you have a sheriff in office that is not afraid, won't pander to the left or the right, and will not back down. If you have a sheriff like that, then you can get anything done. Because I tell you what, a strong sheriff can stand up and say, hey, people, here's your platform. Let's start telling them that, hey, you work for us, we don't work for you. What's happened is these guys, they run for office and they promise you everything. They're liars. They are liars. They get in, they get their little name tag, their little badge of honor, so to speak, and they basically forget about you. It's their little crony circle that they have. And I see it all the time. It's going on even here in Mojave County. Of course it's going on here. It's going on all over the world. They're not going to listen to you. Why do they have to listen to you? They don't have to. What are you going to do about it? You have no money. You can't fight anything. But when you have a strong sheriff that will protect you and that you'll be able to stand up and speak, then they have to listen. Because I'll tell you what, and this is hypothetical because I'm not campaigning. If I was elected to office, hypothetically, I won't back down. I won't back down. A lot of people say, Ed, you don't act like other people. And you're right, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was 12 years old, my father sat me down on the couch and he told me, Ed, I want to live my life. I want to go back east. My parents are getting older and I want to enjoy my life. He didn't want to be my dad anymore, okay? I looked at my mom, and my mom says he's selfish. And you can't just put the blame on my dad. You know, they were young. You know, they were both selfish. They were kids. They had me at a very young age. I love them. I forgive them. I don't blame them. So basically I had to fend for myself. I started working at the age of 12 and I did homeschooling. I don't think inside, the box. I mean, this is what they teach you in school. You think with inside the box. I think outside the box, okay? I don't think like you people. And people say, oh, well, you got to have a mental disorder. You have to have some. No, I don't. I haven't been conditioned like everyone else. There's very far and few people like me out there. Our founding fathers thought like me. That's the mold I come from. I've come a long way in my life. I started from zero. At one time in my life, I lived on the streets in Phoenix. I lived in an abandoned car on jack stands on Dunlap. I think it was Dunlap and 7th. I used to mow lawns for $5 so I could go to McDonald's and get food. And after a while, I sat there and I said, wow, my life has gone, it's bad. This is my late teens. And it was, thank God for my uncle. I learned a plumbing trade. And I took those skills and I came out here to Lake Havasu City. So I came out here from Massachusetts with my skills. I started work with Craig Plumbing in the beginning, and I tried to get custody of my 4-year-old daughter at the time. And the mom, she wasn't doing really well. I'm not going to get into it. She was young. We both were young. And I lost custody, and I was just working one day. I met a paralegal. And she heard my story and she filed the court documents. And at that time was a perfect time. I ended up being awarded full custody. Well, here I am. I got full custody of my daughter and I'm starting my own plumbing company, okay? And I was not a commercial licensed plumber. And I went into this, I'm not going to tell you the real estate company, but it's a little rinky-dinky real estate company in town. It's not in business anymore. I walked in, I handed in my card. And comes to find out, her husband was had a plumbing company in town. And I said to her, she goes, "Can you do commercial work?" I said, "Well, by law, I can only, ma'am, I can only do under $750." And she goes, "Okay, I'll take your card." She took the card. I get a call from the registered contractors asking me for my mailing address, and I'm summoned to go to court. I go into court. And thank God, there was a decent judge there. He's passed away since. And he was in the courtroom, and the recorder was there, and he looked at me in the eye, and he looked me in the eyes, the judge, and he said, "Ed, if you plead not guilty, you'll have to go to trial. If you plead no contest," and he said it really loud, "I could charge you with 0 fine to $5,000 or $6,000 at the time. And up to 2 years in jail. Or you could plead guilty and you could you'll get fined, you know, blah, 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 whatever it was. I don't remember. It's been a while. It was 20 something years ago. And I said to him, okay. He goes, I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say to you. You plead not guilty. You have to leave my courtroom and go somewhere else. And I go, okay. He goes, or no contest. I could charge you $0. And I said, I looked at my mother, she was there with me, and she goes, not guilty. I go, not guilty, and he looked at me like this. Okay, not guilty. And he gave me this dirty look, and bang, okay? Well, later on, I was walking into Safeway, and he pulls up in his Mercedes, and he goes, get in my car now. And I said, okay. I get in, and he looks over at me, he goes, just put your seatbelt on. So we're driving, he goes, are you an idiot? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, I said no contest. I would have charged you $0. This is a bull crap thing. He goes, Ed, this is the cronyism of Lake Havasu City, of our county. He was telling me, this is what goes on, Ed. That's how I found out that was the plumber's wife. Isn't that beautiful? So anyways, I ended up going to another judge. And guess what I got? The prosecutor wanted me to go to prison for 2 years. Here I am, a young man. His father left, you know, my father left me. I got screwed up in my life as a teen. And I'll get into that in another story. I'm on the streets. I learn a plumbing trade. I come back. I get custody of my daughter, and I want to do what's right. I want to go in the right direction. And they charge me with a $6,000 fine, people. I didn't get prison time or jail time because that's ridiculous. $6,000. My daughter, how the heck am I going to feed her? I'm just starting out. This is what this county does to us. And it upsets me. So, you know, we need to do something, people. And we need to elect the right people. It saddens me that I get all these emails and messages that people are suffering like that. You know, the court never takes in consideration that the dad may have molested the son or the daughter, or he was beat, or he was an orphan and unloved. They don't take that into consideration, people. And it makes me sick. They treat us like a number. We're human beings. So when people say, hey Ed, this Ed guy's a crazy guy. I'm not crazy. I have passion for people. So, with that said, you guys, I can be tough, but I can be merciful. People go, oh my God, you're going to lose everything. I'm not going to lose a thing. No one's going to do anything to me. It's not going to happen. It would be so obvious if anything happens to me. We already know who the perpetrators are. It would be the people, you know, it would be the sheriff, it would be the people in office here. I mean, it's obvious. You know, I obey all the laws. It would be completely obvious if anything all of a sudden happens to me. Or, you know, or I mean, I get in a car accident, or they find drugs in my building. That ain't going to happen. My doors are open anytime. Or it's not even my MO. I don't have no record of that. Or they, what are they going to do? Maybe find me with an affair with some woman. I love my wife. Not going to happen, you guys. Or maybe, I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm safe. And plus, I have the money to back myself up. So they could try whatever they want. Don't worry about me. A strong sheriff will protect you. Okay? Remember that. Someone that will stand up for your rights. Again, I come from the mold of our forefathers. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking you right in the eye right now. Most politicians will go like this and they'll lie to you because they're all liars, okay? Not all liars. I know a few good politicians. I'm not going to mention their names. But when it comes down to voting season, I'm definitely going to tell you who I think you should take in consideration. And then I'm going to give you a list of people that I absolutely I don't like, because I know about them. So anyways, with that said, you guys, I'm going to go home and have some pork ribs and some broccoli. But again, when someone says Ed Mack's crazy, yeah, I have passion for people. I actually love the people that I surround myself with. And you know what, real fast? When you get elected, what an honor. What an honor that you have the people of your community, right, trust you to stand up for what is right. How can any politician not see that or not remember that? Think about that. And I'm looking at you politicians. When the people elect you to office, you're there to serve them. They're not here to serve you. Remember that. It's an honor. It should be cherished. It should be loved. What an honor to be elected by the people that are around you. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I don't know why you guys forgot that. It's an honor. So, I don't know if you guys follow Alex Jones or Glenn Beck or O'Reilly or Rush Limbaugh. I guess they're all mental cases too. So, if you're going to call me mental and I have some kind of a problem, then you might as well just tell the very founders of our Constitution that they were mental. Because you know what? If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have the freedom to think or make an opinion. So that's what I have to say to you. Anyways, you guys, God bless. As always, I love all you guys. Ed Mack, going home to have some ribs.